I think it's just volume and consistency is like two key factors to winning in 2023. Like, as it goes back to what I said earlier, the amount of content that's being made, you just got to think that you're obviously competing with everyone. You need to push out as much content as possible. And obviously, I feel like you're going to be at an advantage if you're making long form and short form.
What's up, guys? Rich here. Thanks for tuning in to the 2610 podcast, where me and the boys talk about how you can use content the right way to grow and scale your business. If you find this episode useful, then please share with a fellow entrepreneur, marketer, founder, or anyone else who might also get some value from it, and let's all grow together. With that said, let's jump straight into it. What sort of content is most likely to drive success in 2023, do you think?
I mean, the painfully obvious one is short form content, isn't it? I mean, it's been like a thing for the last like 4 or 5 years now, I'd say. It's been getting more and more prominent in the content creation space, and it doesn't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. But I think it's important not to just get tied into making just short form content. I mean, like we're doing right now, I mean, I think it's really important to create long form content to turn that into short form content as opposed to just making short form content, because I feel like for most people the long form content is probably the most valuable thing that you can create. Just from a standpoint of, if someone sees your short form video online, they're just gonna, they watch it for 50 seconds and they're gone. Whereas if you make a really good long form video, they can like sit there and get a decent amount of entertainment out of it. If that's what you're going for, they can get a really large amount of value out of whatever you're trying to teach or propose to them in that video. Whereas I just feel like we just said about viral content, it's just 5 seconds of fame, really. It's no value in it, really. I mean, there is value, but it's not as valuable. So what do you think about that? Yeah, I prefer long form content, and I think I always have since I was younger. I always used to love watching YouTube videos, like before Netflix and things come along. Well, I mean, before I had Netflix, I was always on YouTube, and I would watch like 20-minute video. I still do. I still watch like podcasts. I still watch like reviews, vlogs, things like that. Obviously, that's not like for a business perspective all the time. But yeah, like I still enjoy watching it because I take a lot more away from long form content than I do short form. Short form is really good for, I don't know, something like, I don't know, like there's a guy I watch and he talks about like trending news, not your normal sort of news, like trending news, and that's something that I might remember. But yeah, like I just feel like if I was to watch a review, if I was to watch it in like that 50 seconds, for example, I would easily forget about it. Watching the long form, because I'm actually sitting there down and I'm focused on it, watching it, I take a lot more away from that rather than like a 50-second one. Because say, for example, you're on a bus traveling somewhere and you're just flicking through TikTok or YouTube Shorts and you see a review on like the new iPhone, for example, and it's like 30 seconds, they go through all the features, great, I forgot about it already. Come back, like if I went to watch it, like for example, in the evening, I've just finished my dinner, sit up on my laptop and I'll watch a YouTube review that's 10 minutes long about the new iPhone, I'll 100% take a lot more away from that than what I would have from that short video.
Yeah, I think it's all relative as well to like what your business is. I mean, if you are a YouTuber, then I think the main goal of making shorts is like mini trailers for your long form content. Whereas like if your goal is to teach people various different things about like, I don't know, maybe like retail online, I think people will take a lot of value from shorts, various different shorts of different aspects of, that type of business. Because not everyone has enough time to sit and watch long videos about, or long drawn out videos about things that they probably don't find that interesting, but they know that they need to research. So,
yeah. Yeah, I think it's an interesting topic, really. Like, I think the biggest thing for any business is just like return of investment, isn't it? Like, it's just like, I'm going to spend X amount, I've got X amount of budget on marketing, I'm going to spend this amount in 2023. What can I hope to get for that? And I think now we've seen, like, YouTube is so saturated, like long form content, like, again, everything has been done. And so a business will often think to itself, well, if I just spend, say we're spending the same money, I'm going to get a lot less content long form. Like, I'm going to, I might only get 12 videos for the year, right? Whereas shorts, I could probably get for the same price for, something maybe that we do, I don't know, but like, you could get like 5 a week, for example, right? Or like 3 a week. And that is like, your times in the amount that you appear onto like a social media platform. And then plus as well, like, you've only got one hosting site, YouTube, for long form content, roughly. I mean, you could put this stuff on Facebook, you could put it on LinkedIn, but really, who's going on LinkedIn to watch a 15-minute how-to video? No one. So like, you've only got one hosting site, whereas short form content, you've now got TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Twitter now as well, Facebook. You could put that on LinkedIn as well. So there's so many more options. Like, you're effectively getting like 20 times the amount for your budget or whatever, your return. But then you've got to consider, like you boys are saying there, it's like, well, what are you getting for that? Because people might come across that video and they're getting more views, but they're not taking any action. Whereas maybe if you put the more effort into doing long form content, I guess you might see, more sales or whatever you're trying to do, like you say. I don't know. But it is something to consider. And I think the person that's going to win in 2023 it's just all about output. I think for me, it's just like, we've seen it in the past with some clients. I won't obviously mention any names, but like, I'm in this for the long game. And then within 2 months, they're sort of like stopping. And that's not just with us, like, that's just like, they're stopping creating content. And it's like, I don't know what you were expecting. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news to anyone that's maybe watching and listening to this right now. But if you're thinking you're going to start making content tomorrow, and within 2 months you're going to be making your money back on your return of investment, it's just not, fuck it. It's not going to, unless you've got a product that no one has ever seen before. That's not going to happen. It's going to take years to get to the point where you want to get to, and you've got to be fully prepared to go to like the trenches almost, and like actually just keep pushing it out without even necessarily thinking about it too much as well. Focus on building your business, focus on other streams, and just let it happen. And over time, and review it, like, don't review it every day, every week, but like, review it every month, say, and just know that it is going to take time. I think just changing that mindset will really help, I think, people succeed. Because too many people, and that has been brought about by short form content as well, I think, that sort of like instant gratification, like, you've posted something, it's blown up, I want that every time, that type of feeling. But yeah, it's a dangerous place to be as well, because nothing is achieved. If it was easy, then everyone would be doing it, and it does seem everyone's doing it. I get that, but like, I don't know.
I think it's just volume and consistency is like 2 key factors to winning in 2023. Like, as it goes back to what I said earlier, the amount of content that's being made, you just got to think that you're obviously competing with everyone. You need to push out as much content as possible, and obviously, I feel like you're going to be at an advantage if you're making long form and short form, because long form, you could probably get your business across better. Short form could be kind of like something to draw them in, maybe. So I feel like long form, short form is all about volume and consistency. Obviously, consistency is a massive thing, because like you were saying, that someone might have a vision to upload 5 shorts a week, 2 long videos a week, and the minute that you break that chain, that you could just be pushed out the algorithms.
Yeah, just touching on consistency as well, you've got to fail to succeed. There's no point setting yourself goals and then every time you fail, just completely reinvent the wheel. I think it's good to kind of take the positives as well as the negatives from what you've tried and just keep improving your systems. I mean, it can take maybe an entire year, but eventually when you've got to that point, I mean, all the things that you've learned, you can apply to all the content you make. I don't know where I was going with this, actually. Sorry. Yes.
No, but you're right. You're right, Oli. I'm like, it's just continuously just making little improvements, isn't it? Like little 1% improvement for those of you that have read Atomic Habits, just like building up habits and just like 1% improvement every day, you're going to be in a fucking good place in a year, 2 years, 3 years time. Like, and I think that's important to know. But yeah, I guess for me though, most important aspect of anything right now in the content world is video. Like, video is just supreme. You know, there was a bit of an argument a couple of years ago, like, oh, is video better than, like when Instagram was kicking around, it was like, is it better than photo? Is it better than blog content? Like, video is now supreme. And if you're not making video content in 2023 and your competitors are, I don't know how well you're going to do. You've got to have another really good way of reaching, like generating leads and bringing attention to your brand in some other way. Whether it's paid advertising or organic content, either way, you've got to be putting video content out there. Like, you have to. There's no other way. Yeah, and now with AI, like we said before, like there's no real excuse. Like, we saw the biggest excuse that, you know, it was around for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Yeah, I'm a business. I want to make content. I know I should be making content, but I don't know what the fuck to do. You know, you've got now a free employee in a sense. How long it lasts is free, I don't know, but you can literally type in, my business is X, what content should I make? And it'll give you a list of content to make, and then go ahead and make it, stop being lazy, and then yeah, actually make it. But it is hard, it's time consuming, and it costs a lot of money, and you've got to be in it for the long game. But there's still a huge opportunity though. 2023, I'm interested to see where it goes. Do you think there'll be another platform? And this is probably another topic for another podcast, but we can go to it one day. But just quick answer: do you think there'll be another platform emerge in 2023? Like we saw Be Real, for example. It's not really went anywhere, but do you think there's going to be something else to rival, sort of like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts?
I mean, there's not really any way of knowing, to be honest. But it could happen. Anything can happen at any time, right? But as of right now, it seems like TikTok is very much like the most relevant. It'll take something, it'll take something very groundbreaking to kind of knock that off top in terms of short form content. I know that YouTube are investing quite a lot of money into like the short space to try and compete with TikTok. But I mean, how creative can you get with scrolling down a page and looking at short form videos? So I don't think there'll be, at least for a long time, another platform to top what we have right now, especially as all the other platforms are adapting to video form content. What more can you do to top that?
It's a fair point. But the reason I ask is because another reason people often go, oh, well, YouTube's saturated. TikTok, like all of these places are going to be saturated at one point or another. If a new one comes out tomorrow, in a year's time, 2 years time, it's going to be saturated. So you start making content now as soon as you can, and then when a new platform comes up, you have got all of these videos and all of these things that you had for the previous platforms that you can just like bash out straight away, and you're going to be building your audience fairly quick because it isn't saturated. You've got a very small window to make the most of that. And so yeah, that would be like my thinking on 2023, is just like make as much as you can, good relevant stuff as well, not just like chasing trends and trying to get views, like actual stuff that your avatar, your demographics are going to be interested in. Know your sort of like budget, I guess, so play for the long game and just wait it out. And then if a new platform comes up, get ready to go.